I think I've got the answer for all of this, and I'm learning more and more. I'm not the only one. My numbers are growing. I am not confused. You are confused. I'm not saying Arabs or any other is evolved because they were born a Muslim. Were born Muslims. Muslims who follow Islam the way Quran and Sunnah teach them, submit His will to the will of God. They are the best of people evolved from mankind, because they enjoin what is right and forbid what is wrong. We can accommodate imperfections of Muslims and the non-Muslims, but not the evils of George Bush and Olmert. We are not ignoring the evils of Muslims who claim to be Muslims. There are various kinds of Muslims, and they are guided by their vain desire. Like the Western world, you find various people do various things in countries where they have invaded and occupied, and fighting you until getting rid of you is a religious duty of all Muslims. Islam doesn't differentiate between hypocrites and invaders. Both have to be dealt with. I don't see the kind of so-called your version of evil taking place anywhere in any Islamic country where there is no Zionist interference. We don't care about the infidels. If you are an infidel, that's your problem. We don't call the Jews and Christians or any believers in God an infidel. Pagans are the ones who are called infidels. Actually, the West is blind and greedy. Islam is only defending itself from oppression. Even though Arabs are despots, they are not evil. They have not invaded or stolen your land. You are doing it and finding ways to justify your action along with your media. If one Muslim goes and kill innocent white people or Chinese people, he is mentally ill. He should be treated for mental illness or hanged in public. These kind of killings is not new to America. We see it on TV almost every day. Most of the American are sick because they are brainwashed. They need to be treated. Actually, the religion Islam comes from God, and there are Satan worshippers like you create a problem for the Muslims. Islam teaches kindness and peace, whereas idol worshippers, atheists, Democrats, Republicans, Jesus worshippers, and other kinds of Satan worshippers are the ones who are guided by Satan. The day you stop interfering in the affairs of the Muslims and start dealing with unfairness to all, you'll be better off. Your numbers are growing because evil grows faster than wildfire. Evil grows faster than wildfire? Abdullah, I think this will be hard for you, but could you give great examples of how the West and Bush are evil? Of how you feel in your heart, how Bush and America are oppressing Islam? You say the West is blind? How? Oh, also, how did America steal Muslim land? I agree with you that it's greedy, but how did it steal Muslim land? Oh, by the way, do you think it was good to overthrow Saddam? By the way, Abdullah, instead of sending me the Britannica of complaint against the West, individual stories of how an American infidel might have looked cross-eyed at a woman and how she never she'll never forget that in many pages of details. How about getting right to major points, please? No snow words, okay? I don't think it's hard for me. It is really hard for you because you have the twisted standards to justify your actions against the Muslims and other human beings. America has never been oppressing the Muslim masses by proxy. The number one in the list is Israel, and the others are despots in the Middle East and other parts and other part of the Muslim world. I don't think I need to explain this to you. Not only is the West blind, but yours questions as well. America stole Muslim land by using Israel, helping and abetting without any qualification. Israel is considered to be the 53rd province of the US. Overthrowing Saddam has nothing to do with protecting Iraqis. It was to protect the illegitimate Israel. America has worried about Saddam in the pretext of removing Saddam. Father and son both killed millions of Iraqis, and the country has been torn into pieces by the various power struggle among various groups. Actually, we Muslims are not complaining. It is you who are complaining after making ass out of your invasion of Iraq and Afghanistan. I remember the true stories of the pagans of the advent of Islam. Whenever I hear the questions that you ask me, I see you as the real pagan mirror image of that time. I want you to read about Islamic history and the seerah of the Prophet, and then you would come to know what I am exactly talking about. You have been reading the stuffs that were left behind your forefathers to mislead you and to take you with them into the hellfire.